A lot of people do not know what it means for something to be considered canon within media, and it's very infuriating. So I'll be going over the definition of what it means to be canon. In fiction, of course. Here's Wikipedia's definition for what it means for something to be considered canon within fiction. The canon of a work of fiction is the body of the works taking place in a particular fictional world that are widely considered to be official or authoritarian, especially those created by the original author or developer of the world. Canon is contrasted with or used as a basis for works of fan fiction and other derivative works. And to expand off of this, there is no consensus regarding who has the authority to decide what is or isn't canonical, with the copyright holders usually declaring themselves the authorities when they want to erase or retcon materials that were approved by the setting's original creator. Now that we've gone over the definition for what it means for something to be canon in fiction, let's go over the definition of what it means for something to be considered filler. Fillers are used as a random act or episode, but are considered non-canon if the anime is based on a light novel, manga, or other sources like a game or visual novel. Now, what we will focus on is simply non-canon within the manga or light novel or any other sources. This doesn't necessarily mean the events are non-canon within the anime, especially if the anime and manga continuity or light novel continuity are completely separate. An example of an anime like this would be Dragon Ball. Both the anime and manga continuities are considered completely different storylines despite being the same thing altogether. Of course, it'd be redundant to assume that the anime is all of a sudden non-canon to the manga or in general when it's in fact canon to itself and considered its own story. So it's really weird to understand, but just know that the anime and manga are two completely different storylines despite having a lot of similarities. I mean, a lot of events that take place within the anime would be considered canon, even the filler episodes. Now, one thing a lot of people are going to call out is the fact that Dragon Ball has several anime sequels that tend to not necessarily follow the same storyline and contradict each other. Even with this, we know for sure that Dragon Ball does not actually have a fixed, consistent story. A lot of the anime sequels are simply just an expansion of the original Dragon Ball Z anime. Until Dragon Ball Super came out, no one really minded calling GT the original ending of Dragon Ball. Another way you could figure out whether something is considered canon or not is if it's published by the original creators. Even without the original author's writing, things could still be considered canon due to the fact that it was created and published by the people who have authority over the series, which falls right back to the original definition I used to define whether something is canon or not. So things like Dragon Ball GT, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Daima, those things are all technically canon due to the fact that they are still published and owned by the creators of Dragon Ball. The same logic can also be applied to characters from video games within Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Xenoverse or Dragon Ball Kakarot, which all don't directly have the exact same storytelling as the original Dragon Ball Z series, but are all still considered properties of the animators for Dragon Ball. Another thing people do that really infuriates me is the fact that they consider characters who are already considered non-canon or filler and make it seem as if anything those characters have done within that moment are completely irrelevant, or as if those characters in general are simply irrelevant to the fact that they are filler. The character, even if they are entirely filler, are still capable of pulling off feats that if I use that said character from that version of a filler, everything that they have done still applies to that. So if I bring up GT Goku and you're immediately like, it's non-canon, you can't use that, it will simply just be a non-factor, and I can still use whatever feats I have for GT Goku to prove that he solos your favorite verse. Or as long as the media is licensed by the company who has authority over it, anything that happens within that media that is published by the company that has authority over it is considered canon. So yes, even if Pikkon is considered a purely canon character and has no actual existence within the manga, it's not only is he canon to the anime, but he also exists as his own character who has his own feats and is published by the creators of the anime. Anywho, this video is already pretty long by TikTok standards, so I'm gonna end it here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to like and comment or even subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching, everybody.